the side of all the people that we put up on the wall last week, showing that there were murders, rapists, as Stephen Miller said, and people who've committed terrible crimes, people that every parent would want off the streets. I think the political question here is, this is not talking about affordability from the Democrat side. Is this really what their voters want? Maybe it's
Big Guy Antics. It's your boy, Big Guy. I got another reaction for you guys today. The reactions have been going crazy lately. You guys have been showing so much love. I appreciate all the love.
All right, baby, what's up? We're back. We're actually back with some this just happened an hour ago. So the Pentagon is going to be turning some shit up. They said 1,500 troops to Minneapolis. So let's see what's going on and what is unfolding. Let's get it. Let's go.
1,500 soldiers to Minnesota as protesters continue to cause chaos for immigration agents in the state.
Still protesting.
Our own Matt Finn joins us live from Minneapolis with all those details. Matt, good morning.
Good morning to you, Rachel. Well, we're entering week 3 of the unrest here in Minnesota, and the clashes between protesters and law enforcement are showing no signs of slowing down. Another tense scene Saturday outside the federal ICE facility. Law enforcement holding the line against angry protesters who can be heard screaming, "Kill yourself," and "Un-American" to officers. The Washington Post reporting about 1,500 active duty soldiers preparing to possibly make their way here if more violence escalates. And Governor Tim Walz also mobilized the Minnesota National Guard yesterday. The Guard staged to support local law enforcement if needed, and says it's ready to respond to locations across the metro area. Now, yesterday, protests continued outside the ICE detention center, and there was also a violent clash between counter-protesters at City Hall. President Trump has warned that he may use the Insurrection Act here in Minnesota, which would allow the federal government to use military troops to bring calm. Meanwhile, a statewide day of action is scheduled for this Friday. Activists are asking people not to attend work, school, or make purchases, and the St. Paul Federation of Educators is also asking people to participate in that day of action Friday. Back to you guys in New York.
All right, Matt Finn, live force in Minneapolis. Matt, thank you. It's just continuing.
Before I let him start, what do you guys think? You guys think they're hyping this up? And why is the unrest so deep in Minneapolis? I mean, I haven't watched the whole thing, so if I'm ignorant, please don't kill me in the comments. It is what it is. Educate me, educate all of us that are asking questions. But the thing is that launching military troops on domestic type situations, and then, of course, ICE going in there, and the people are just not with it no more. They're fighting back. So, yeah. So when the government gets involved to that level, you'd already know that it's bad. My problem is that it's not going to end there. It's going to end up being in other cities, other states, becoming a law, becoming a practice, where this shit is going to go through the roof, and then we all going to be looking at similar type things. So, I guess just finish listening to it. Maybe I'll look a little deeper into it. But normally I don't really get all into this politics and all this other stuff. But this stuff is really becoming something, because it's sticking around in the news a lot longer than I'm used to seeing it. So let's just take a look at this full clip and see what we see.
To ramp up and up and up. And it's important as we continue to cover this story to remember how we got here. The reckless open border policies of Joe Biden led to the criminals, the violent illegal alien criminals, that ICE has gone into places like Minneapolis, a sanctuary city, to clean them up.
That's the problem, man. When you start being lenient from the start, and then you have another regime, leadership regime, come in and try to clean it up, you're gonna get this, because people we're habitual, so we're used to being able to do certain things in a certain way. Then you go in, you cut those advantages that people had. They're gonna fight against it, whether they're wrong or not. And this is what you see as far as the protests. A lot of people are going out being over evangelistic about this stuff, and really not realizing that all thing this this new leadership in office is trying to do, just clean it up. Just take that. So I know you do have your outliers. You do have your outliers to where things are going to the extreme and they're not going the way they're supposed to. And of course, you have those stories. So my thing is, how much is the media hyping it up, and what's actually really happening? It'd be cool. You know what I may do? I may just find some videos of people like you and I that listen to YouTube videos and research through YouTube videos that have went out there and saw the actual impact to these particular communities. So I just watch this and see what we got, and we're gonna go from there. I'll decide from there whether I want to continue to do reaction videos on this type of material.
You had yesterday Stephen Miller, Deputy Chief of Staff, really railing on Minnesota's leaders, accusing them of aiding and abetting anti-ICE violence. Watch this.
These are acts of insurrection against the laws of the United States and against the sovereignty of the United States. Foreign illegal aliens who broke into this country, who then raped children, who committed human trafficking, sex trafficking, drug trafficking, protected, shielded, sheltered, coddled, defended at every level by the leadership in Minnesota. And then when ICE goes out to make these arrests, they unleash violent mobs to attack, assault, and impede ICE officers. And they refuse to allow the city police to protect those ICE officers in the conduct of their duties, willfully aiding and abetting this violence.
But the key word there, talking about insurrection there from Stephen Miller.
Yeah, I thought they were against that.
He's talking about insurrection. Maybe we're going to get the Insurrection Act.
Yeah, oh, right.
Who knows, from
Correct.
President Trump. But I couldn't help but think, we're a day before honoring and celebrating the life of Dr. Martin Luther King. What was his message? Nonviolence, peaceful protests. Doesn't appear like we're seeing any of that in Minnesota.
No, not at all. It's also, there's a long history, of course.
Yeah, Martin Luther King did fight for peace. Way to black people out there. So it's so amazing when other cultures get into trouble and there's an uproar, unrest. You want to bring in the black leadership to calm shit down. No, bro, skaves. That's why I don't look at no damn news. But I'm going to start because we need different perspectives. We need some shit that's going to be to a point to where it make sense. You know what I'm saying? But I do agree with if you have a certain type of element coming to the U.S. communities that are not supposed to be there, that's committing horrendous crimes and breaking the law and here illegally, it assists to where violence is happening, rape is happening, anything that's going to be detrimental toward the communities that they're going to, yes, clear that out. And I don't think that people, whether you are part of that community or not, should stop that. So now ICE has to have the local police come in and assist with that. So I don't know. This situation go both ways. You know what I'm saying? It can go both ways. Everybody can have their certain opinion. That's why a lot of times you don't deal with politics and you don't deal with religion with people, because it becomes a fight. And of course, this is where I'm at. This is more politics than anything, of course. And since Trump put in those sanctions for them to go out there and so ramping up the ICE troops, this has been a complete mess. My goodness. He feels like he's trying to do the right thing. Is clear, clear up the streets and clear up the communities and make America great, which I definitely understand and definitely appreciate. But the people, to go out and take it to the people, just regular, everyday, real life people are not having it. Period, point blank. So the thing is, too, is that I'm saying this so I can get off of it. If we want to fight for stuff, like we fight for these immigrants and going against ICE and all this stuff, let's fight for some stuff that's going to help us out, too. You know what I'm saying? Let's fight for better wages, lower gas prices, lower prices in our foods and our housing and all that shit that really matters. You know what I'm saying? But we fight a fight that's, I said I was going to leave it alone, didn't I? I'm going to back off of it. I'm going to back off of it. See my voice? I'm backing off of it. I'm backing the fuck off of it. Let's just finish this video and then we're gonna move on to the next, man.
On the left of having these kind of like shock troops from, you know, these like, you know, activists who will create violence, create chaos, destabilize, trying to destabilize things that the administration is trying to do, things that are wildly popular. The president has a mandate. He won. The border issue, as you brought up, was front and center. Democrats recognized they were on the wrong side of it. And so now what they're saying is we don't like the way you're doing it. And again, they find themselves on the side of, just like Kilmar Abrego, they find themselves on the side of all the people that we put up on the wall last week, showing that there were murders, rapists, as Stephen Miller said, and people who've committed terrible crimes, people that every parent would want off the streets. I think the political question here is, this is not talking about affordability from the Democrat side. Is this really what their voters want? Maybe their voters on the far left.
This is the problem with AI. Yeah, I had to do a spin on that one. Just look at the excuse me. Look at the footage. You can look at the footage. Is this real? Because you have police officers being backed up. He has police on the back of his jacket. You have police officers being backed up in a van, getting pushed out of there. And the only thing that these folks got up is their damn cell phones and cameras and stuff. Is this real? It doesn't look real to me. This shit look fake. Look at it. Look at it. Go back. Go back. He got police on the back of his vest. If you're a true police, you know the police don't play that. The police don't play that. Period, point blank. They would not be retreating like that. So I'm not sure. I just want to look at both sides of it. I understand the actual. I understand the fight at hand, but I also understand them trying to go in and regulate and make things more, peaceful in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Trying to control the situation, control the crowd, police wise. But protesters got the police bagging up like that. That shit don't happen. Period, point blank. So what is going on in that regard?
Is this really what their voters want? Maybe their voters on the far left, but what about the people in the middle? And again, another thing is, Minneapolis is the home of Ilhan Omar, a deeply, deeply unpopular figure, and she has become front and center on this as well. So I think it all is not.
Throw in some fraud.
Yeah, exactly. She's suddenly like $30 million richer now, and we're uncovering all this daycare fraud. So I don't know if in the long run this is going to work. This might be their BLM.
Well, it's a great point, Rachel, because you mentioned Ilhan Omar, who is leaning hard into bringing back the abolish ICE. That has not been a winning message. And, you can dislike Stephen Miller, and you can think that his rhetoric is too harsh, but factually, he's correct. The Minneapolis is protecting these illegal criminal aliens. Now, the Mayor Jacob Frey argues that they're not a sanctuary city. They have a separation ordinance. But at the end of the day, they do the same thing. They refuse to cooperate with ICE. The White House called him out yesterday, saying Minnesota sanctuary politicians have released nearly 470 criminal illegal aliens back into American communities since President Trump took office. ICE working every single day to remove the worst of the worst criminal illegal aliens from terrorizing their state. I would just add to that, Rachel, there's also 1,360 violent illegal criminal aliens currently in custody in Minnesota jails held by authorities. And yet all ICE is saying is just hand them peacefully to us. Don't release them to the streets. It keeps the community safer, and we don't have ICE having to make arrests at large.
We know a lot of these protesters are paid, but among these protesters are a lot of rich Edina moms pining for their 1960s protests in their university days. Those ladies are protected from a lot of this. Their kids are not getting crowded out in schools by illegal aliens because they're in private schools, and they're living in neighborhoods that are, protected or gated. So they are among the paid protesters. But I do not.
She said something interesting. I mean, I don't know if I believe what she said, but what she said did make some sort of sense. Uh, I just don't have a lot of faith in the news media. I had to take that back because technically I'm kind of a news media type. I put myself in a news media type position when I commentary, but hey, that's what commentary is all about. It's perspective. That's why when you guys comment on my videos and it's something you don't agree with, I'm I'm cool with that. I may even like it heart it. That's fine. But the whole thing is that come correct, come nice, and come with some education because all of us want to learn. That's why we're here. We want to learn together. So if you comment, no, respectfully, of course. But also we just want to learn. We learn it together because I don't know everything. I'm just picking up this thing, saying what's going on in the world, just like you are. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just here presenting on a platform that you guys can feel free to comment on, and I definitely appreciate that. But yeah, what she said was interesting. So she said that the people that are really out there protesting, she said they're paid. Not sure about that. But however, the ones that are making the biggest fuss about this, about certain issues surrounding this, their people, their loved ones are not being affected by it. They're protected. They're guarded. So that's why a lot of things, you want to just step away from and not really tend to deal with it. But a lot of things you can't step away from totally because it ends up on your front door, your front doorstep, and you have to like fudge. How am I going to protect me and mine? What position to take? So you kind of have to. What I'm learning, I have to pay attention to the world more because if I'm not on YouTube, I don't look at TV. Period. Point blank. If I find a video somebody enjoys, something that's going to catch my interest, I work on you. I mean, I work and I watch YouTube. That's it. No, I don't really watch TV unless I want to like decompress or I'll watch a movie or something. But what she said to me made sense because I can see that really happening. As far as paid and all that shit, I don't know.
Think that they represent the common sense people. The problem in Minnesota is common sense people are cowed into silence. They're so afraid. I mean, you saw that with the crime being committed in the daycares. Lots of good people saw the corruption, but were so afraid in that political environment in Minneapolis of being called racist for calling out the corruption.
Yeah, and we'll see as we continue to cover this whether or not the really frigid temperatures will dial things down. There's calls for more protests today and coming this week.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page.
Yeah, so I don't know, guys. Let your comments. Let's see what you guys have to say about it. Actually, let me see if any comments here. It's probably open up a Pandora's box of sorts, but hey, let's see. Comments are off. actually, this video just came out, so it probably have time to Pandora want to even react to it. But anyway, family, we'll keep you right. My nasal passages are so clogged up right now, so I sound like I'm under the water. So I definitely appreciate you guys for watching the video and getting to this point. But let us know what you think, your take on it. And also if you want to see more of this type political stuff, I don't know. But I just saw it come across 1,500 troops being sent to Minneapolis. The only thing I in my head was like martial law is about to be invoked. I said, oh shit, it's over. It's over. This is the beginning of the end when it comes to stuff like that. But as the media does, they hype things up, and he used the word of potential. So that's not even really happening. So it is what it is. I understand the game. It is what it is. We'll say the game is to be sold, not told. So that's what we at. So thank you guys for rocking with your boy. I hope you like this type of content as well. Just please let me know, comment, like the video, but also subscribe to the channel. It's absolutely free, and put on your post notification bell so you know every time I post. We're going back to a daily routine, and we back. Like I said, 2026, we're back. And I pray you guys continue to do well. Follow your dreams and put yourself in the best position to win in life. You know what I'm saying? So, to the next time. Peace.
Big guy antics.